Hello everyone, my name is Elise. Welcome back to my channel. Last time I finished the construction of my Disney Dollhouse by Hachette Collection. Today I'm decorating the house room by room. Each room is themed after a Disney character or movie. Be prepared to hear the word cute a lot because everything in this house is super cute. So here's your cuteness overload warning. The whole process of building the house took me about 3 years. So during this time, I collected all the accessories and little frames and furniture for the dollhouse in that box. I bought a museum gel, a kind of semi-liquid glue that can be removed easily, so it can be used in museum to hold the small things. That's what I decided to use for fixing everything in my dollhouse. As you can see, I sorted everything by room. The very first room I'm decorating is Winnie the Pooh's basement. There's wooden furniture for this specific room. The rest of the house tends to have rather plastic furniture. But I love the wooden furniture. It adds to the cuteness. Winnie has a little collection of honey pots and flowers and frames on the walls. Yes, carrots, and that table was full of all sort of clutter. And I love the cubes that spell Pooh. Here's Winnie the Pooh himself, and I think he will be happy to live in his little basement. Time to close the basement and to go to the kitchen. I chose to start with the kitchen because it was probably the hardest room to decorate. It's so detailed, there's so much little bits in that room, mainly because of the table that is set for a tea party, a legendary Wonderland tea party. So there's teapots, teacups, cakes, cookies, everything you need for an epic tea party. I did that first off camera because it was a little overwhelming, I won't lie. And once everything was on the table, I started assembling the room. I I put the first furniture in the room, and there was some accessories on the walls. At first, I tried to glue it with my museum gel and quickly realized it wouldn't work. The museum gel is too liquid and is not appropriate to glue things on the wall. So, after 2 or 3 rooms, I had to go back and reglue everything with regular glue. The kitchen is taking form. I love the fact that you can immediately identify the theme. It's really working for a kitchen and still in the theme of Alice in Wonderland. Here's the famous table for the tea party. I have image later of everything that is on the table. There was cute chairs that looks like cards. I also love the fact that they're different color. I think it adds to the chaotic vibes of Alice in Wonderland. And here's Alice herself. I had to glue her down because she couldn't stand by herself. Here's the final result of almost final. You can see there's some masking tape, and I said I had to reglue them, but you can appreciate every detail of that absolutely beautiful, incredibly cute kitchen. I'm very proud of that room. Next is the frozen entryway. That room came with Olaf instead of Queen Elsa. I can't say I was very disappointed. I love Olaf. I think he's one of my favorite Disney character. He's so funny. And what I like the most with that room is how they really capture the general folk art aesthetic of the movie Frozen, and all the embroidery that we see in the movie is represented in the accessories and furniture. Uh, One thing I find funny in that room, there's a throne, and I think it's fitting since Elsa is, as far as I know, the only queen in the Disney universe. Well, the only queen that is a main character, that is. And there's an ice sculpture and wall fixture. As I said, that's one of the room I had to reglue everything on the walls. And the carts, sorry, for our friend Olaf, who just loves flower and summer. And here's a look to the final result. Well, almost final. The frames are already falling off the walls. Next, we have Mickey Mouse's living room. There's less furniture in that room than others, but the theme is strong and we really recognize everything, every single details as something coming from Mickey Mouse's universe. Starting with the famous broom from Fantasia. And I love that little shout out to Pluto. I wish Pluto was in that set, but unfortunately he was not. Here's the couch with pillow and toys. Some of the chairs came with the very few issues of the collection, so I have some of those furniture for 3 years now. I kept them in a box so there's not too much dust on it. And Mickey visibly has his own little tea party. And that's fitting because he has a guest. At the end of this video, you will see that I have Minnie Mouse that I received as an extra that I totally forgot about and just put at the end. But you can see the cute details, the teacups, the toys, and I really love that broom. So here it is for Mickey Mouse living room. Next is Cinderella's bedroom with the magnificent bed that was so hard to assemble. I lost patience and got the hot glue gun out. It was too hard to assemble with a slow drying glue. As you can see, it fits perfectly in the room, as the rest of the furniture I glued it down with museum gel. It's a bedroom, so it comes with two side tables, and you don't see them yet, but there's clocks. Oh, yeah, here they are. There are clocks on each of them. There's another clock, and they're all set to midnight. All fitting. I love the pink bedroom. I know Cinderella is more known for being um, blue colored in her old aesthetic, but I think an old if the whole room was blue, it would look not as magical. I would say, yeah, it would be maybe cozier, but not as royal. Here you have a very royal room, and I love that you have both the glass slipper and the dress the mouses did for her. I always loved that dress. I was so sad the first time I watched Cinderella when I was a kid, when it was destroyed. I thought it was so beautiful. Anyway, here's the final look at the room. The bed is absolutely adorable. I love the perfume collection, sewing accessories, and as I said, the glass slipper is a very fun touch. And next we have the music room. It is Aristocats theme, and as you can see, I don't have the footage of me decorating the room. I was devastated when I realized I lost that footage. You still can see all the details in the room. Um, Fortunately, it's not my favorite room. It's cute. Don't get me wrong, but it's just a little bit plain. And I don't know, just one cat didn't seem fitting. Well, anyway, next we have the Little Mermaid bathroom with the cute toilet with a lid that can open. When I design a dollhouse myself, I usually skip the bathroom. I don't particularly like seeing a bathroom in a dollhouse. It's just a personal taste thing. Uh, Plastic dolls don't need to poop, basically. And I don't think, um, well, here's a case where they made a bathroom aesthetic and cute, but it's usually not the case. So I personally don't make bathrooms in my dollhouses, but I love that one. The the theme is perfect for the Little Mermaid. But in the end, I'm not so excited by this room as the other because simply because it's a bedroom. Still, I have to give it to the team that made that dollhouse. They went all in with the theme and made a miracle, making it super cute, super adorable. with a ton of details. Like you can see the collection of bottles, and there I don't know if you can see it, but there's a fork also next to the hairbrush. Here's the final result. The bath is a little big, but I guess if someone decides to play with the house, it has to be big enough to fit Ariel. Again, masking tape to keep the mirror on the wall. And next, what do we have? It's Peter Pan's bedroom. Well, I guess that's the nursery and not Peter Pan's bedroom. Starting with the little doghouse and a lantern. I guess it represents the lantern Tinkerbell gets stuck in. It lights up. You will be able to see it at the end of this video. I'll light up. There's toys for the kids, obviously. It was very hard to film that part. You can see the camera moving a lot. And that's because there was all the way around. There's no you access this room by removing the roof and not a wall, so it was very hard to film and a little more complicated to glue the furniture to. Oh, and here we are to my absolutely favorite room of the entire dollhouse, and it's Donald Duck's room. There's so much details and Easter eggs and everything small and cute, and you will see I love every object in that room. I always loved Donald Duck since I was a little kid. It always been my favorite over Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse and all of the others. Uh, I love his bad character. Honestly, I love the fact that he's a bit mean and impatient and always complaining. I think is hilarious. So the fact that my favorite room is themed after him really brings me joy, a lot of joy. The little lighthouse I just put in lights up. You can see it at the end of the video. And oh my god, did you see the jukebox? The Donald Duck team jukebox. Oh my god, that's probably the cutest furniture in the whole house. I'm in love with that jukebox. We have a cozy chair, tons of pillows, and Donald Duck is a hungry guy, so he has snacks and drinks and everything to have some me time in his cozy, I guess that's the living room. Oh, and look at this. Isn't it the cutest thing ever? Palm-shaped slippers for Donald Duck. I mean, what more can we ask? Oh yeah, probably Donald Duck team drinks and snacks. Yeah. I love the little hat on the sandwiches and on the cactus. We're almost done with that room. Oh, and there's the sombreros. You know, I wish there were three of them because of that old movie. The was it Tres Amigos? Was that the title? I don't remember clearly, but that's a nice touch. Some seashells, and the room is complete. We just miss Donald Duck in his chair, and here we are. Here's a full look at the room and all its details. I should have lighted the lighthouse before filming that, but unfortunately I forgot. Here are the snacks, the sombreros, the toy boat, plants. There's absolutely everything. Everything is adorable in that room. I love it so much. And we already are at the final room, which is Belle's library. This room is very moody, especially next to the other rooms, but I absolutely love it. It's funny how it's almost more Beast themed than Belle's themed. It's still fitting anyway. The fireplace lights up. You'll see it later. There's a desk. You can't see it right now, but on that desk, there's the little magic mirror. Not that one. The little mirror on the desk. As the rest of the thing I had to stick on the wall, I had to use masking tape because I needed actual glue. And the carpet magically appears because of magic, not because I forgot to put it on before placing the other furniture. Obviously. And the cart is ready for some tea. And we have the beast Rose. And I think that's all. Yeah, we have Belle, and the entire dollhouse is now complete. Yeah, here's the mirror, the magic mirror. And the Rose and Belle and Mrs. Teapot. Love it all. So, here's a final look at the final result of each room. I hope you liked that video. It took me, I think, 2-3 days to decorate the whole house. I hope you like it. Thank you very much for watching, especially if you also watch the building of the dollhouse. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you want to see more from me, and see you next time. Bye!